as far as India was concerned, I don't know whether they have been appreciative of the expenses with regard to weaponry or on the basis of defense, how much of money being spent by the Sri Lankan government, and which has now led to our economic crisis. So to that extent, why is Sri Lanka arming itself when everybody knows that the Tamils of the north and east are now not in a position to take up any arms? It's not possible, because they have been 21 countries joined together in order to completely paralyze them, and they are in a very pitiful condition. But then why is so much of money being spent despite all that by the Sri Lankan government? Why is the Sri Lankan government in cohorts with China and its organizations with regard to many matters that are taking place? And why is Chinese influence increasing in those areas? As far as the north and east are concerned, we are a buffer between the two big powers, and anything could happen to us. But one thing that must be kept in mind, that the north and east has always been supportive of India, whatever that has happened. And it has not been so with regard to the Sinhala governments. They speak one thing to us, to you, and they do something else. And if we are going to have the continued Chinese presence in the north and east, then we do not know what exactly it will lead to. So this non-appreciation of the militarization of the Sri Lankan government is one of the reasons, I would say, which has brought us to this level. It is one thing to pay us nearly 2.5 billion or 3.9 billion. That's a good thing. As a neighbor, with your policy of neighbors first, you are doing that. But then this could have been done in a different way, in finding out why the unnecessary militarization that is taking place, one. Two, and asking Sri Lanka why an international bipartisan agreement in 1987 is not fully implemented. These are matters that should have taken the interest or attention of the Sri Lankan, of the Indian government. So I would say during these 12 or 14 years, there had been more or less some lethargy on the part of the Indian government until when we had this the economic crisis. Of course, you have come to our aid, but it could have been otherwise. Yes, sir.